Following question to Dr. Nasser. I know that the situation in Cuba has been very drastic. The nation is at a third major blackout in 4 months. So that's energy outage on the entire island. Not only that, they are having a fuel shortage and energy blockade. The economy is collapsing as per the indicators, and the U.S. is of course having sanctioning on various of these oils that goes into Cuba. Not only so, yesterday they had faced a 5.8 magnitude earthquake. All of this combined, Cuba seems to be in a very drastic situation. All of the residents that live there are in panic mode. What is your observation, given the fact that by the third month we have already stepped in to some sort of international warfare?
Yeah. So, as a whole, the Caribbean region or the North America were under various crises because of certain sanctions being imposed by the U.S. administration or the particular Donald Trump administration. And Cuba being a country which are dominated by the communist people and communist party, always had been a sore point for the USA. Right in a very close distance of the USA, which is the giant in the capitalism, or which wants to make the whole world a capitalist world, and in front of that particular country or in a close proximity, a country like Cuba, especially when it was under the great leader Fidel Castro, was a very much isolating point for the US administration. You know, Fidel Castro was probably attempted 37 times by the US agents for assassination, and he faced successfully, he could counter 37 attempts of assassination in his lifetime. So that is the scenario in short about the past relation regarding US and the Cuba. And very recently, US administration and Donald Trump has threatened to take over the Cuba, the way he had been threatening about the Greenland and few other countries.
Venezuela as well, right.
And Venezuela already he has taken over. And this part, Venezuela was one of the key supplier of energy to Cuba. They have their own production which meets 30 to 40% of the requirement of the whole country. They have their deposits. Cuba as a country is having some deposits of oil and natural gas, both in its offshore and onshore areas. But that is not extracted extensively, or Cuba could not, because of the fund crisis, could not exploit its energy deposits, whatever they had. But whatever few fields they had extracted and they could collect it, that could meet the 30 to 40% of the total demand of the energy. And rest they used to collect it mainly from Venezuela, followed by Russia, Mexico, and few other informal spot market. But from January this year, because of the sanction imposed by the US and Donald Trump administration on Venezuela, they could not collect their energy.
And hence this crisis that they're facing as of today.
And more importantly, the statistic says that they could only collect 2 tankers, oil tankers, within last 3 months or so. So if a country like Cuba, having a population of 10 million plus, gets energy of 2 oil tankers in 3 months, definitely there is a crisis.
Of course.
And whatever you are saying, that there is a famous saying by few of the think tanks that electricity is the substitute of democracy. If there is no electricity, there will be no production. If there is no production, no earning. No earning means a chaos, confusion, revolt, and where democracy cannot function. So electricity and democracy has a close connection, which is being destroyed in Cuba.
Of course, I want to thank you, Dr. Nasser, for your valuable contribution and insight into this platform, International Affairs, alongside